Last video, we had a discussion on Khilafat non-cooperation movement, Jallianwala Bagh incident, and what were the economic impact of the non-cooperation movement, etc. In this video, we are going to explain the topic rebellion in the countryside. From the cities, the non-cooperation movement spread to the countryside. It drew into its fold the struggles of peasants and tribals, which were developing in different parts of India in the years after the war. Baba Ramchandra was the main leader of peasant movement in Awadh during the non-cooperation movement. He was a sannyasi who had worked in Fiji as an indentured laborer. He started the Awadh movement against talukdars and landlords who demanded high rents from the peasants. The peasants were forced to work at landlords' farms without any payment. As tenants, they had no security of tenure, being regularly evicted so that they could acquire no right over the leased land. The peasant movement demanded reduction of revenue, abolition of beggar, and social boycott of oppressive landlords. In many places, Naidobi Bandhs were organized by Panchayat to deprive landlords of the services of even barbers and washermen. What were the problems faced by the peasants of Awadh? The peasants were burdened with the high rents and a variety of other cesses by the talukdars and landlords. They were even forced to do beggar in the farms of talukdars and landlords. At the same time, tenants had no security of tenure and were regularly evicted in order to prevent them from acquiring any right over the leased land. So the peasant movement in Awadh was led by Baba Ramchandra. How they started the movement? Panchayat organized Naidobi Bandhs to deprive the landlords of the basic services of barbers and washermen. In June 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru began going around the villages in Awadh, talking to the villagers and trying to understand their problems. By October, the Awadh Kisan Sabha was set up, headed by Jawaharlal Nehru, Baba Ramchandra, and few others. So, when the non-cooperation movement began in 1921, the effort of the Congress was to integrate the Awadh peasant struggle into the wider struggle. The nationalists, including Gandhi, supported the movement. Now we can see what were the features of rebellion of Gudam Hills in Andhra Pradesh. Tribal peasants gave their own interpretation of Mahatma Gandhi and the idea of Swaraj. The tribals were prevented from entering the forest to graze cattle or to collect fruits and firewood. The new forest laws were a threat to their livelihood. The government forced them to do beggar on road construction. It was a guerrilla militant movement initiated by Alluri Sitaram Raju against the colonial rule. Alluri Sitaram Raju was the leader of Gudam Hills rebellion. This rebellion was against preventing the forest people from entering the forest for grazing cattle, collection of fuelwood and fruits. It denied them their traditional rights over the forest and affected their livelihood. The tribal people were also forced to do beggar for road building, which enraged the forest people. Alluri Sitaram Raju, the leader of the Gudam Hills of Andhra Pradesh, inspired by Gandhiji and his non-cooperation movement, persuaded people to adopt khadi and give up drinking habits. But at the same time, he asserted that India could only be liberated by the use of force. Alluri Sitaram Raju was against Gandhiji's idea of non-violence. So, according to him, India could liberate only by using force. The Gudam rebels attacked police stations and attempted to kill British officials. They carried on their guerrilla warfare and inflict losses on the British. Workers too had their own understanding of Mahatma Gandhi and the notion of Swaraj. For plantation workers in Assam, freedom meant the right to move freely in and out of the confined space in which they were enclosed, and it meant retaining a link with the village from which they had come. Under the Inland Emigration Act of 1859, plantation workers were not permitted to leave the tea gardens without permission, and in fact, they were rarely given such permission. When the non-cooperation movement began, they left the plantations and tried to reach their villages. They were hoping that they soon will be granted land in the villages with the coming of Gandhi Raj. But they were not so fortunate. They were caught, brought back, and badly beaten. Explain the main features of the non-cooperation movement organized by peasants and tribal people in the villages. Explain the problems faced by the peasants of Awadh. How was the movement against the landlords and talukdars led by Baba Ramchandra? How was the non-cooperation movement taken in the plantations?